Hey, welcome to Sapphire Ridge News. This is going to be a short stream. Um, the Judge Hippler, in the Idaho murder case, closed the hearing after about 10 minutes, stating that they're going to be talking about genealogy, DNA, and the people, something to do with the people that they're going to be talking about might not want their names out there, so they closed the hearing. So that's all we have on that. If you want to complain about Ann Taylor, feel free. I don't like a lawyer that sits and complains all the time. And that's what she does. She complains, she complains, she complains. And that's all she does is complain. Hold on. So we'll talk a little bit about the J6 pardons. Okay. So most of the J6ers do not cause any violence. Here's what Garland's, Merrick Garland's DOJ did. They have facial recognition software. Anyone who walked through the door is on the facial recognition software. They used the facial recognition software and they hunted down thousands of people and they gave them crazy sentences, some 10 and 15 years for, quote, trespassing when all they did is walk through the door after the Capitol Police opened the door. Hey, Julianne, how's Julianne today? Glad to see you. The judge in the Idaho murder case closed the hearing after about 10 minutes, so I'm going on a J6 rant. Okay, I may change that time to um, 3 o'clock because I need to go to the food pantry. I was supposed to go yesterday, but it was snowing, so I said I ain't driving in the snow. Okay, that's 3 p.m. Mountain Time. In fact, while we're talking about that, let me go and do that right now. I have to leave the studio for a second. I will be right back. Okay, there, I changed it. So how are you today, Julianne? Here, let's change this. That. Yeah, yep. The left is just imploding all over the place. They're going crazy. And then Trump put it in Bank of America's face because they closed all conservatives' accounts. They only allow liberals to have accounts there. So he threw that up in their face at Davos today. Yeah. And we're going to talk about this at 3 o'clock. A lot of Biden's pardons are invalid. They were signed at 12:09 p.m. and his term of office ended at 12:01. So anything signed after 12:01 is not valid. Yeah, Stargate yesterday got me a community guidelines warning, so I had to appeal it and then tell them that Stargate is a new company and tell them all about the company, and they rescinded the warning. Yeah, yeah. Last night at about midnight when I was working on today, hey buddy, yeah, Trump was just blasting him, and he's sitting there smiling, wide-eyed smiling, and then the next time they show him, he was sleeping. So what the hell? So Terry, Julianne is my friend. She lives in California, but she thinks like us. And Julianne, Terry is my nephew. So welcome, nephew. Glad that you're here. Go and watch my live stream yesterday entitled Stargate. It's amazing what Donald Trump did the other day. He got Oracle, SoftBank, and OpenAI to form a new company called Stargate. SoftBank invested $500 billion dollars. They're building their first building of 20 buildings in Abilene, and it's going to be 10 million square feet. That's a big ass building. 10 million square feet. Yeah, they said they're going to revolutionize the medical industry. They're going to use AI to create vaccines that will replace chemotherapy because the vaccine will be able to target just the cancer cells, and that they will do some kind of map of your body, and the vaccine will know where the cancer cells are and target only the cancer cells. It was really amazing. And they said the vaccine would be available within 48 hours. And they also said they were going to have the largest data center in world history in Abilene. That's why the building is so big. And that they were going to have the ability for, say, a doctor up here in Montana to talk to a doctor in Florida and see if that doctor treated a case like he has in front of him and what they did, and it would take place in seconds instead of days. I thought it was really interesting, the things that they said. I didn't have any video clips on that one, but this one um, was supposed to be the Idaho college murders, but the judge closed the hearing after 10 minutes. So we're just sitting here yapping. It's currently, well, it's been snowing. Yeah, he got in the face of Bank America at Davos this morning. Bank America last month canceled all conservatives' bank accounts, and Trump let them know that what they did was wrong, that they should be open to everyone, not just liberals. And John Thune, I've not always been impressed by John Thune, but as majority leader in the Senate, he's taken it to the Democrats. The Democrats voted an objection to Pam Bondi, so they put her vote off until January 29th. So John Thune said, okay, you want to play games? We'll play games back. He said, we're going to work 24 hours a day until all of his nominees are voted on. They have come out of committee and they deserve an up or down vote. They will get an up or down vote. But in the meantime, since you're playing games, we're working around the clock. So don't make plans for dinner Friday, Saturday, or Sunday this week. I thought that was pretty good. Yep, right. But the thing with recess appointments, I just found this out yesterday. Okay, the Senate has to be in recess for 10 days, 10 days straight. The recess appointments, they don't get paid. They cannot earn a dime until they come back and are um, approved by the Senate. I did not know that. I thought that recess appointments, you know, it was just appointed because the Senate was out to lunch or whatever. But I found out yesterday that they cannot get paid, and their term is limited to 2 years, the end of the next Congress. Yeah, they are temporary, but we don't want them to be temporary. Trump has got some very good people that the Democrats are trying to slime up, but it doesn't look like it's working. Um, what was I thinking about? Yeah, the Dems and rhinos can cause problems. John Ratcliffe was approved by the committee 14-2, and the Democrats in the full Senate want to put off his vote. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Marco Rubio was approved 13-3 or something like that, and he got voted on right away. Right. See, I think they should make it a rule that once the nominees have their hearing, that they have 48 hours to vote it out of committee, and then 48 hours after that to get them a vote in the full Senate. I do a live every day, sometimes twice a day. Today, my second live is going to be at 3 p.m. Mountain Time. Um, I'm doing a whole live on the J6ers and the injustice that most of them suffered. I'm still working on it. But I'm here every day. Julianne is a regular. I have about 26 regular uh, commenters. So how have you been, Terry? So weird saying Terry. Your nickname is Bink. Let me see. Grandpa named you good, didn't he? Go back to dashboard. Hey, Miss Mandy. Oh, I'm sorry, Bink. Miss Mandy is another regular. She's one of my moderators. Miss Mandy, Terry is my nephew. His nickname is Bink. You're welcome, Miss Mandy. You deserve it. You're always telling people about my platform. I've got 245 subscribers now. Can you believe it, Miss Mandy? 245. Remember the days when we were at 10 and 20? Thank you, Miss Mandy. I appreciate all of my mods. I appreciate all the content creators that come over and share my platform. I appreciate every one of you. Miss Mandy, this was supposed to be about the Idaho college murders, but 10 minutes into the hearing today, the judge closed the hearing. Joanne Taylor won this round. I don't like Ann Taylor. She complains and complains and complains. I don't like a lawyer that sits there and complains all the time. You're a lawyer, you're getting paid to do your job, do your job. Don't sit there and complain about everything. She complained and complained in Moscow, Idaho, so she got her change of venue, and now she's complaining again. Yeah, I did see that this morning, Miss Mandy. I was just telling them that he went after the head of Bank of America because she canceled all conservatives' bank accounts. Okay, thank you, Julianne. Thank you for coming by. We love you. I got about 15 minutes and then I'm going to have to sign off. I have some errands to run, but I can hang with y'all until then. Hey, Miss Mandy, um, Governor DeWine stabbed Vivek in the back. Did you hear about that? See, Governor DeWine on Christmas Eve went to Mar-a-Lago to meet with Trump, and he begged Trump to have Vivek come and meet with him because he wanted Vivek to be senator of Ohio. He went there. And so Vivek went and met with him on New Year's Day instead of hanging out with friends and stuff. He went and met with DeWine. Last Wednesday, DeWine said that he would not be pressured to name someone to the Senate seat, so he was making his lieutenant governor the senator. It's like, what the hell? You went to Mar-a-Lago. Trump did not call you. You went to Trump. So Vivek said, that's fine. I'm going to run for governor. I thought that was pretty atrocious. I thought that was pretty atrocious. He went and begged Trump to get Vivek to meet with him, and then he turned around and said that acted like that Trump pressured him to make Vivek the senator. No, the tangled web we weave, right, Miss Mandy? Yep. And I'm going to do a stream at 3 o'clock Mountain Time on the J6ers. Most of the J6ers, they have arrested 2,000 individuals for trespassing and gave them a sentence of 10 to 20 years for trespassing. Most of them weren't even inside the building. They were on the lawn outside. And if they were on the lawn outside, they got 10 years for trespassing. That's crazy. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And if they were inside the building, they got 15 to 20 years. And the recent um, video shows that the Capitol Police opened the door. It was a setup all along. Shows the Capitol Police opening the doors, letting the people walk inside like it was a normal tour day. And then once they got inside, they were arrested for trespassing. I agree with you, Bink. I think it was all staged. It has been found out recently that, hey, JR, welcome. Terry is my nephew. We call him Bink. Um, Recent information shows that there was 46, 46 FBI undercover agents or confidential informants on the ground. So that tells me the whole thing was staged. No problem. I know, JR, that you were working on your video. I did catch part of it. It was it was pretty good. Hey, Brooklyn, welcome. But I have to give J6 a whole stream all by itself because the things that went on are just ridiculous. Brooklyn, did you know that some of the J6ers got 10 years in prison for walking on the Capitol lawn? Outside, they were walking on the lawn outside the Capitol building, and they used facial recognition software to identify everyone that was on the lawn or inside the building. They have snatched up over 2,000 individuals. I think that's crazy. I think that deserves its own stream. You're going to give somebody 10 years for basically what would be trespassing and should get a fine. Yeah, 2,000 individuals and climbing. They're still arresting people. Happened 4 years ago almost. Yeah, 4 years ago. And just last week, they arrested a 76-year-old grandma who was at the Capitol and walked in and seen the commotion and turned around and walked out. The judge gave her 10 friggin' years. 10 years? Are you kidding me? For somebody to walk in the door and turned around and walked out? That's beyond crazy. And you know who the judge was? Judge Chutkin. Judge Chutkin said anyone that was involved with J6, we need to make an example out of them. Well, I'm sorry. We need to make an example out of you. That's just my thought. It's beyond crazy. Beyond crazy. Yes, they were all political persecutions. Can you imagine 10 years for walking on the Capitol lawn outside the building? Some of them never went inside the building. They were just outside walking. Right. And the Capitol Police opened the door for them and let them come inside. And then once they got inside, they were basically doomed because they have facial recognition software. As soon as you walk in the door, it takes a picture of your face, and the data bank knows who you are. That's some crazy stuff, ain't it? Beyond crazy to me that you could get 10 years for trespassing or 20 years for trespassing if you're inside the building. Crying out loud. Right. I will agree with you on that, Brooklyn. But what I don't like is that Judge Chutkin is seeing all the J6 cases. She has had them all come to her, and she has had the opinion that they should all rot in jail, I guess. Me and JR have talked about the judges not being elected, but being appointed, that they all should be appointed. I'm kind of in agreement with that, but then we need to set up some form, some way rather, that you could remove the judge. Right. I agree, JR. I agree with both of you. But Trump sees it for what it is now, and that's why he pardoned all of them, except for a few. There are a few that he is just going to like commute their sentence after a certain period. But hey, JR, my video yesterday, Stargate, got a community guidelines warning, but then I appealed it and I told him Stargate was a new company and told him what they said they were going to do at their unveiling. And so then they took the warning down. They said that the content violated community guidelines, that it went against the quote norms of medical science at what was being claimed. So I had to explain to them that Stargate is a new company, and these are the things that they said they're going to be able to do as their company. They've already are building their first building of 20 in Abilene, and the first building is 10 million square feet. Well, last night on his interview with Hannity, he said everything will come out. JFK, RFK, Martin Luther King. He said there is no reason why these files can't be released. He said we're talking about stuff that happened 60 years ago. He said so we're going to release everything. But some of it can't be done until the Senate gets off their hands and approves his nominees. Yeah, YouTube can be really strict. Like, I have to watch what words I say. You know, if I'm doing a live that involves um, any type of sex assault or the R word, I have to um, use other words to describe it, which I think is ridiculous, but I don't want it to cost me my channel. It's just crazy. It's crazy that, you know, my channel, we cuss and swear because this channel's about real life. But if somebody cusses or swears in the chat, YouTube immediately removes the comment. So they have to abbreviate it. It's just crazy. Just crazy. Like, you can't say, you have to say unalived. You can't say they were killed. You have to say unalived. Which to me, that's crazy that you can't use everyday common words. You have to, you know, try and outthink a bot. You have to try and outthink a bot. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's easy. Just keeps me on my toes as a creator, I would guess. I appreciate every one of you that come and listen to my channel. Miss Mandy was here for a while. Right. I have an account on Telegram. I'm trying to figure out how to use my StreamYard software to go live on Telegram. I haven't quite figured that out. I think if I do destinations and put in my account, but then when I go to destinations, the only thing that comes up is Facebook and Twitch and something called Hoop that I've never heard of, and then LinkedIn. which I'm not on LinkedIn, but I can add three more destinations if I want to. I could go to Rumble. JR, maybe you and I will talk this afternoon about how to add Rumble to my destinations. Because I know you use StreamYard. And don't you post to Rumble? Yeah, a lot of them can be hard. TikTok, they they save TikTok, but then um, I pay $49.95 for this level of StreamYard, and it allows me 5 destinations a month. Well, I shouldn't say a month. I can stream to 5 destinations. Yeah, I know it's a big hassle, and TikTok has now made it so that you have to have 700 followers to do live. To me, that's crazy. And I don't know if it would be advantageous to get an account on Twitch or not. And I have no idea what hoop is, HOOP, or maybe it was hop. Let me see if it'll tell me up here. No, no. Ah, yes. Here, it will tell us here. Okay, you can do LinkedIn, you can do X, which I already do, Instagram Live, Twitch, Hop In, and custom RTMP, whatever that is, and Facebook. No, I missed that. I'll have to go and watch that. Keep have to fiddle with my ear pods because they move around and want to fall out. Yeah, I don't know what changes are coming to StreamYard. I might be looking for another streaming software, but I have to keep in mind that there are things I like about StreamYard. Like I can invite someone to come up and talk, and I don't have to have Zoom. StreamYard creates the link, and you just, right. That's crazy, isn't it? Yeah. Trump really hit Davos today about their support for Ukraine, and he did it in a way pure Trump fashion, right? He said this is not about economic, this is not about military, this is about people's lives. There have been millions of people lost because of this war. He said total cities rubbled to the ground. He said, yet the people are still fighting to save their country. He said that's admirable, but the war needs to stop because millions and millions have lost their lives and nobody talks about it. He said that's not economic, that's not military, that's people's lives. On Air Force One, I think, no, no. He did it via video conference. He was standing at a lectern in D.C. But he really chastised them, and he did it in a way that he told them off, but he did it in a way that wasn't condescending. He told them about the millions of civilians killed by Russia that nobody talks about. And something else that I'm thinking about doing, I did some videos. Hey, Caddy, welcome. Welcome to all my people on X. You're always welcome to comment. The only rules are be friendly. So we're talking about a wide variety of things now because the judge in the Idaho murders case closed the hearing after 10 minutes. So we're just talking about events of the day. You have anything you'd like to talk about, Caddy? Glad to see some of my followers on X commenting. I always appreciate anyone that comments. But Trump really gave them what for in Davos today. You know, he got on them for supporting the war in Ukraine, but he told them this isn't economic, this isn't military, this is about people's lives. He said millions of people have been lost. He said total cities rubbled to the ground by Russian aggression. He said, but the people still want to fight for their country. And he said that deserves recognition. But see, that's how I need to do a live stream on Ukraine because that's how Putin operates. He goes in, he levels the city, kills all the civilians, then he buses in civilians from Russia and says, "Oh, it was a Russian city all along," when that's not true, you know. Well, I need to get off of here. Thank you guys for hanging out. No, wrong one. I had the wrong one up there. Oh well. So I'll be back at 3 o'clock Mountain Time. That would be 5 o'clock Eastern. Until then, I will see you guys later. Love you all. Bye.